Thank you, Jit sir. Good afternoon, every students. On behalf of actually Ardent Computer Private Limited, I would like to welcome all of you in today's session. As you can see, today's session is all about the Python, data science, and machine learning. So, in this entire session, our expert team will demonstrate certain factors, certain technology, certain methodology on how Python is relatively with data science and how data science is relatively associated with the machine learning. So altogether, this session will be a uh, interactive one. It will be a great session where we will demonstrate that how industry or the entire world is heading towards the data orientation, and each and every aspect in this particular session is to give you all a clear knowledge about the machine learning, about data science, and about Python. Now, Python here is basically we will uh, demonstrate that how Python will help you to nurture with the data and how artificial intelligence and the machine learning is getting helped by the Python programming language. In this session, from our end, Mr. Mohendra Datta will take over the entire demonstration and the entire session. He's experienced in data science and machine learning. He is an extremely well talented software programmer. He is basically our mentor in this particular technology. Uh, he will help you, all of you, to get a clear idea that why we are doing the data science, why we are doing machine learning, and why this Python programming language altogether getting wind up with the new age technology. As you know, during post-COVID scenario, we all are basically uh, getting stuck in online mode. So from our end, from our system, kindly mute yourself. I think someone is.
কোথায় তুমি
Ovik sir.
Hello,
Hello, Ovik
am I
sir.
audible right?
Yes, yes, yes. Please
Okay,
continue your
okay,
session.
okay. So I would request Mohendra sir to give a clear insight about along with this entire session, that how this COVID scenario is getting diagnosed with this particular machine learning thing, how our researcher in India and in abroad uh, getting helped by this machine learning platform to diagnose this disease, and how our world is getting benefited with this machine learning and data science. So without wasting any more time, I would like to call upon Mohendra sir to take over the session, and he will continue the next part. Thank you.
Uh, Good afternoon, all my dear students. All of you hear me clearly? Please reply me in the chat box.
Yes, sir.
My screen is visible to all students.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Myself, Mahendra Datta, on behalf of Ardent Computer Private Limited. Today, I want to discuss about the Python data science and machine learning. Okay, students, at first, listen carefully. If anyone have any doubts or any question, obviously at the end of the session, there is a query session. Everyone launch your query, your question in the chat box. Okay, because all of you know that that is our online system. Uh, we discuss everything through online. So you got some good experience about how to interact with the others through online in case of that type of very good high-end training. Today, our topic is the Python data science and machine learning. First of all, we have to know that what is data science, what is machine learning. Some of you, I think, heard the name of AI, artificial intelligence. All of us fear about it because at the background of AI, there is a difficult mathematics. But remember one thing, students, what is data science? Actually, a science of data means if you want to working with data, at that time there are some mechanism, there are some technique. Like maybe I think all of you are habituated to buy something through online, isn't it? When you open any shopping website, at that time in the shopping website, display that what is the popular product. I think all of you go through Flipkart or other online shopping website also. In every website, it will display which are the popular product. How they display the popular products in the online shopping website? Actually, based on the customer buying style. Every day different customer buying different products. Based on the customer's buying style, they analyze the data. Where they got the data? When we the customer, as a customer, when we buy the product, at that time all the details are stored in the online shopping website database. So by analyzing that data, they display the popular product. Not only the popular product, maybe someday you open any shopping website and search for some particular product. Maybe that is winter season going on. That's why maybe you search for a geyser. In the next day, if you logged into that same website, at that time it will display the product related with geyser based on your search product. How they display, recommend the related product based on our searching keyword. Obviously, when we search anything at that time, they collect the search word based on the customer's requirement. Customers require this. Based on that, they analyze the searching words also. And as a customer, when we logged into that website, it will display the recommended product. How do they display this? Actually, they are also analyze the data. Not only the shopping website data. Maybe some of you, I don't know, maybe some of you are coming from a different stream like mechanical, civil, those who are not coming from programming background maybe. In case of maybe electrical engineering stream student, think that, no sir, IT industry is very difficult. So we go for core company job, maybe any government job. In case of core company, maybe think about the power management company, electrical engineering students. So he select the power management company. When you want to working in a power management company, at that time you have to analyze the data also. If you want to provide the efficient power services, means every day you have to analyze how much unit of power consumed by all the customers, what is the total number of consumers. Based on the consumer needs, you have to produce the total power unit if you want to provide the efficient power services. So in case of core company, we need this. Maybe in case of government job, maybe any insurance company, finance department. In case of loan, you have to allot the loan to the new customer. But how to predict the new customer? Whether the new customer will be a very good customer or maybe a chance of defaulter. When you allot, maybe you are working as a loan manager. That's why you have to allot the loan to the new customer, isn't it? So how to allot this? At first, you have to analyze the data of the new customer. How to analyze this? Based on the previous customers' habits, you have to predict that whether the new customer buy the product or not. Whether the new customer may be a good customer or maybe a chance of defaulter. Isn't it? So in case of loan finance domain, we need a data science and data analysis. If you think about the COVID scenario, just now, Ovik sir discussed about it, all of us are in home quarantine. But our scientists and doctors are engaged in analyzing the COVID scenario. Why? They have to take necessary steps to protect this. But doctors and scientists, how they analyze the scenario? They are not coming from programming background. They are also engaged in data science. So data science is very important. And data science take a very, very important for our daily life, and it will change the way of the life. And remember one thing, student, in case of data science programming, obviously we develop, we write, we are working as a data scientist or data analyst using R programming language also. But why we need a Python data science? Because Python provides us huge resources, because we implement Python in every field, like a simple desktop application, a web application, in case of IoT-based application, in case of cloud computing, in case of networking and security. And obviously, in case of mobile application development, it is not be possible develop using Python programming. But remember one thing, students, we can integrate the Python with Android or iOS mobile also. So the scope of the application of Python programming language is huge, and it is very easy to working with a Python programming. That's why those who are not coming from programming background, they are also engaged in this job. They are also use the Python technology. And another important thing is that in case of industry required different types of candidates for analyzing the data. I think all of you heard the name of the terms: business analyst, data analyst, data scientist, isn't it? But what is the responsibility of business analyst and data analyst? As a business analyst, at the end of the day, you have to analyze the business data. Because maybe in case of online shopping, at the end of the day, you have to analyze the sales performance of every product. Based on that, you have to think about the business campaign for generating more revenue for your business. So business analysis, any type of business analysis, maybe online shopping, different types of business are there. We have to use data science. But when business analysts analyze the data, at that time we need some business data report. What are these? I think all of you heard the name of bar chart, pie chart, etc. So if we represent the data using that type of chart, anyone can analyze this. Think about the COVID scenario. If I display the affected rate, recovery rate using some numeric values, is it possible to guess that what is the recovery rate? It is downgrade or till now upgraded. If we display the raw data, it is not be possible to guess this. But if we display the data using some graph, anyone can use this, can guess that what is the scenario nowadays. That's why the report is very important for analyzing any type of business. Maybe medical domain, maybe insurance, maybe finance, maybe power management. Any core company required data analysis, that type of data report. But who generate that type of data reports? Obviously, we have to write some program. That's why we need some programmer. But Python is very easy. Anyone can use this. And another thing is that nowadays, all the companies create a single team. All the team members are engaged in both the jobs, business analyst also and data analyst also. So data analysis is implemented in every field. What are these? Like recommendation system, a popular product. Which product is important for us? How they display this? These are the recommendation system. In case of financial risk management, loan management, if you want to working as a bank manager, every time you have to analyze the data of the customers, because you have to analyze this whether the customers stay in your bank or close the account and leave the bank. To promote the business, you have to think about a new plan. So in case of financial domain, we use data analysis and data science. In case of, just now we discuss about it, in case of healthcare system, healthcare services, and nowadays doctors are predict the status of the tumor, whether the tumor is cancerous or not. If cancerous, they also predict the stage of the cancer, stage 1, stage 2, or stage 3. How they analyze the tumor data? Obviously, they use a data science. In case of power management, computer vision, I think all of you heard the term face recognition. I think all of you are habituated to use Android mobile. And nowadays, all of you lock your mobile using your image. Unlock your mobile using your image also. How mobile authenticate the user using his or her image? Obviously, they analyze the image data. In case of power management domain, just now we discussed about it. In case of power company, we need data science and data analysis to distribute the power more efficiently. We have to analyze the power management data also. So everywhere data science is required. Maybe IT related jobs, maybe core company jobs, everywhere we require this. So if we want to analyze the data, at first what we have to do, what are the steps? we have to collect the data from different resources. If you want to analyze the employee's performance, obviously you have to collect the data from employee management database at first. After collecting the data, maybe there are some error, there are some corrupted data. How to manage this? That's why after collecting the data, we have to organize and process the data also. After organize and processing the data, we have to generate different types of data reports using different types of mathematical and statistical model. Then we create a machine learning model, and our machine learning model actually predict the output. Our machine learning model predict the output. And even after predicting the result, we can check the accuracy of the result also. So all the things are available in data science, and machine learning is a part of data science. If we want to develop a machine learning model, we need some data. And Python provides us different modules. For extracting the data, we need pandas. For mathematical and statistical model, there is a module NumPy and SciPy. For visualizing the data or generating the reports, we need Matplotlib. For creating machine learning model, we need sklearn library or module. What is library and module? Actually, in case of developing any program, we have to use different built-in resources, built-in functions. If all of you know the C programming, in case of C programming, all of you use has include preprocessor directives, has include stdio.h. Why? Because all of us, if we want to use the built-in functions which are available in C resources, at that time we have to include these header files. In the same way, Python provides us all the resources using module. Obviously, if we want to working as a data scientist, you have to learn all the things. Now, we want to discuss about the machine learning. What is machine learning? Obviously, machine learning is a part of data science. But what is machine learning and why we need this? Actually, if we want to what is machine learning? Actually, we want to create a model programmatically. Means by writing some program, we want to create a machine learning model. That is model. And our model predicts some output, predict some result. How? Machine learning model predict the result just like a human brain. Means machine learning model is nothing but a mimic of human brain. How human brain works? Suppose you see a dog walking on the road. Then you say that, sir, that is Alsatian, maybe Doberman. How you predict that? That is Alsatian and Doberman or Doberman? Obviously, you have some previous experience. And previously, when you saw that type of dog object, at that time, you collect some special feature from that dog object and store it in your brain. Means at that time, your brain already trained for that type of object. And now if you see that type of object, then easily you predict the dog object. What type of dog is this? Based on your previous experience. So if we want to create a machine learning model programmatically and our model predicts some result, obviously we have to train our model for predicting the result using some data. Means if you want to predict the weather, obviously we have to train our model using some previous weather data. If you want to create a model, using that model, you want to predict the share market stock price. Obviously, we have to train our model using some share market data. Obviously, our brain is God's created. That's why our brain predict a different type of the result. We train our model using different type of data also, a single brain. But here, when we write our program, obviously, if we train our model for predicting the weather, our model predict the weather only. Using that model, it is not be possible to predict the share market price. So, if we want to predict some result using our model, at that time, we need some previous data. Data is very important over here. That's why we have to collect the data from different resources. And when we create a model, at that time we have to train our model, give training. If we give training to a model, at that time our model predict the result. But how our model process the result? Maybe I ask you, tell me students, what is the value of 5 plus 3? Then I ask you, what is the value of 5 minus 3? All of you say that, sir, that is a foolish question. Obviously, foolish question. But think in this way, what is 5 and 3? These are the data. What is plus and minus? These are the operator. And this operator represent the relationship between the data 5 and 3. Obviously, our brain already trained, our parents, our teacher trained us. What are the data, how to represent the relationship. Based on the relationship, we implement some mathematical rule. In case of addition relation, we implement add rule. In case of subtraction relation, we implement the subtraction rule. Why? Because our parents, our teacher trained us. When they trained us, using the data, they they use some mathematical rule also. So in the same way, just like a brain, here we want to create a model and our model predict the result. That's why when we train our model, at that time, obviously we have to train our model using some mathematical rule. And all the mathematical rules are provided by AI. And this mathematical rule or AI enable our model to predict the result. And remember one thing, in case of AI, don't think that there are difficult mathematical calculations over here. No, all the things are implemented as a function, class and functions. Because Python is also a object-oriented programming language. And anyone think that a civil engineer, in case of civil engineer, they are engaged in real estate business. How they predict the best fit flat price house price, they also need data analysis based on the location or other constant also over here. So at that time we have to use AI, and AI enable our machine learning model to predict the result. And all the AI rules are implemented as a class and functions. Now, there are different types of data. How to know what is the relationship between the data? All of you say that, sir, you say make 5 plus 3, okay, we know that. But in case of data, just give a simple example. Maybe you are working as a HR manager. I think all of you heard the name of this term because it is very important for all of us. As a HR manager, maybe you recruit the candidates. At that time, obviously, you take interviews. Maybe there are some candidates. Maybe when you take the interview, at that time, obviously, you ask him or her what is his or her expected salary. Maybe he or she told that his or her expected salary equal to 60,000. And you check his resume that his total experience is a 2.3 years experience. Now you have to take the decision as a HR manager. Maybe he is an MBA candidate, HR, MBA in HR. So you have to take a decision whether you recruit this candidate or not. When you offer this salary, at that time you have to think that whether this salary fit for your organization salary structure or not. And if fit, then you have to check that in your organization there are multiple employees. Maybe there are 100 employees. There are some 2.3 years experienced employee already working. So if you offer this salary to that candidate, maybe there are some existing employee, those who earn less salary than that candidate. So if you offer this salary, at that time there will be a problem. Maybe you think that, okay, I negotiate the salary. When you negotiate the salary, then you have to think that whether this employee will be happy with that salary or not. So there are different questions. So how to take the decision? Obviously, at that time you think that, okay, in our organization there are many employees. If we got these employees data, then you can take the decision. Then you calculate the best fit salary for this candidate. So you collect the employee data from employee management database. Maybe data are in employee management database. Obviously, there are some data, employee name, contact number, gender, date of birth, father's name, mother name. But here we want to predict the salary based on the experience. So the two values are very important. That is year of experience and salary. Why? Because salary never depends on his name or email ID. Obviously, in case of real life, sometimes we calculate the salary based on year of experience, number of global certification. Number of global certification is also very important. Then worked hours, technical domain knowledge, etc. Here, I give you a simple example. Here, we want to predict the salary based on only year of experience. That's why we extract the year of experience and salary only. Okay, year of experience and salary, because salary is the output. Salary value depends on experience. So what is the main feature over here? Year of experience. What is the output over here? Salary. Salary depends on year of experience. So maybe we extract this data like that. Maybe this is our data. This is our data. We extract this, means this. These are the data. There are some salaries. Just wait. Okay. What are the features over here? Year of experience. And what is the output over here? The salary. Because salary value depends on experience. Maybe the list of salaries, there are some list of salary values represented by Y. These are the salary value. What are the experiences? There are some list of experience values. For the experience, X equal to 1.1, what is the Y value? 39,000 something. For X equal to 1.3, what is the Y value? 46,000 something. So therefore, here for every X, there is some Y value. So X and Y, there is a relationship. And what is X? These are the feature. And what is Y? That is our output. Output is in a dependent variable, Y. And feature, independent variable, because feature never depends on anything. And there is a relationship between feature and output. How to represent this relationship? Obviously, using this equation. I think all of you know that mx plus c equal to y, isn't it? If we know the value of m and c, then we calculate the value of y very easily. And what is this? That is a linear equation. Linear equation. So therefore, in case of every data, there is some relationship. And as a data analysis, this is a challenging job. How to know what is the relationship between the data and output and feature. That is linear equation. So when we create our model, at that time we trained our model using this data. Obviously, at that time we have to use some mathematical rule. And based on the relationship between the data, what we use over here? Linear rule. And linear rule already implemented in sklearn module, Python sklearn module. And when we train our model, there are some training category. What are these? There are different training process. What are these? Like category of training. One is a supervised learning. Supervised learning. What is supervised learning? When we use supervised learning process to train our model, when all the outputs are available. In my data, in my example, all the output values are available. That's why we have to use supervised machine learning training category. Another category of machine learning, that is unsupervised machine learning. When we use unsupervised machine learning category, when the outputs are not available, salary values are not available, at that time we have to use unsupervised machine learning category. Another category, that is semi-supervised machine learning category. Semi-supervised machine learning category. When we use a semi-supervised machine learning category, when in our data the maximum output values are not available. Maybe in this data, maybe only two salary values are available, but maximum salary values are not available. At that time, we use semi-supervised machine learning training process. And another one is reinforcement learning. When we use reinforcement machine learning category, when output is available, but input features are not available. Think about the robotics. Suppose you want to create a robot. When you start your job at that time, at first you think that, okay, I want to create that type of robot. The output is available, but you don't know which features you have to add to create that type of model. That type of robot. So at that time, we have to add different features using trial and error process. That is reinforcement learning process. And under supervised machine learning category, there are two subcategories. One is regression and another is a classification. When we use regression, if the output values are feature specific, like for every experience there is a salary value. Salary values are experience specific. At that time we have to use regression. And when we use classification, if the outputs are two types, maybe like that, maybe you want to create a model. For using that model, you want to predict a new customer, whether a customer buy the product or not, based on the past customer's habit. So in case of shopping website or social networking website, there are different survey forms. They collect the customer details. Why? Because they want to create a model. Maybe these are the data of the customers. A customer age is 19, estimated salary maybe 19,000 per month. Purchase, what is purchase? Whether this customer buy the product or not. 0 represent not buy the product and 1 represent buy the product. So using that data set based on age and estimated salary, there are two features, age and estimated salary. What is the output? Purchase or not. Based on this feature, you want to create a model. So here, what is the output? Purchased. And all the output values are available. So that is supervised machine learning category. But outputs are represented by 0 or 1. So at that time, we have to use a classification. Why? Because inside the model, actually, we want to create two classes of customers. Some customers are under 0 class and some customers are under class 1. When a new customer comes, then we check that the new customer matched with the 0 class type customer features or class 1 type customer features. Based on that, we predict a new customer, whether the customer buy the product or not. And based on that, actually, we predict the customer and think about the business campaign. Think about some free plan, some discount percentage also based on the customer's class. So that is classification. But here, as per my example, all the output values are available. So we have to use supervised regression machine learning training category. And using linear equation, there is a built-in class that is called linear regression. AI class already implemented. AI rule already implemented as a class. The class name is linear regression. So when we train our model at that time, we have to use this class because here linear rule already implemented. Now how to train our model? Data is over here. We decide what is the relationship between feature and output. Based on that, we select some AI rule. Now we have to train our model. But remember one thing, student, after training, we have to test our model also. If we train our model using whole data, then how to test our model? We need some testing data also. We need some data for testing our model. That's why at that time we have to split the model, split the data. is some part of the x values, maybe this part. These x values we use for training, and these x values we use for testing purpose. In the same way, some part of the y value we use for training and some part of the y value we use for testing. Maybe training data are represented by, because these x values represent by a variable, maybe x train. And these x values we use for testing purpose, represented by x test. In the same way, these y values we use for training purpose, that is y train. And these y values we use for testing purpose, represented by variable, maybe y test. So at first we have to split this. And obviously, don't think that for splitting the data we have to write a difficult for loop, codes, etc. No. There is a built-in function. The function name is train underscore test underscore split. And using that function, we split the feature values, x values, and y values. And obviously, there is a big question: how much data we use for training and how much data we use for testing. So at that time, we pass the test data size, test underscore size, test underscore size equal to maybe 0.25. Means 25% data we use for testing, means rest of the data we use for training. If there are 100 rows, means 25 rows we use for testing, the test size, and rest 75 rows we use for training. And when we split the data, at that time we split the data by selecting the rows randomly. Why? We need some mixing of experience and salary. So using that method, easily we split the data. After that, we train our model. How to train our model? There is also a built-in function. The function name is feed. So anyone can use this. Just we have to know the use of the method. Xtrain and ytrain. So when we call the feed method, means we feed the data into our model. Means we enter using linear regression rule, xtrain and ytrain. So our model experience with such type of data. After that, we can predict the output using our model. Now we have to test the model. How to test it? At that time, here we predict the y values for each x value available in the x test. Why? Because if we predict the y values for every x values, experience values available in x test, then we got the predicted y value by our model. And if we compare this predicted value with the actual y value, what are the actual y value over here? These are the actual y value. So after predicting the y value using our model, if we compare with these values, then we check the error or accuracy of our model also. So how to predict the y values for each x available in x test? There is also a built-in function. The function name is predict. The function name is predict function. And we pass the x test values as a parameter to that function. List of x test values as a parameter to that function. And our model predict the y values. If there are 3 x values, then our model predict 3 y values. Like this maybe. There are 3 x values. So when we call the predict function, our model predict 3 y values. Maybe The predicted y values are represented by y predict, a variable name, maybe y predict. Maybe predicted values are like that. Maybe that is 67,000 maybe. Maybe this one is 83,000. Any value, maybe, as per example. And this one may be 81,000. So these are the machine predicted y value for these x. And what are the actual y value? These are the actual y value for each x available in the x test. These are the actual y value. So if we compare the every y value, actual y value and predicted y value, we got some variance over here, isn't it? Just subtract this. So we got some result, and we got multiple errors. There are 3 cases, so we got 3 errors. In case of first case, there was 66,000 something minus 67,000. So we got some error like negative U1. In case of second case, 83,000 something minus 83,000 something minus 83,000. So we got positive error, maybe represented by E2 variable. Then 81,000 something, third case, minus 81,000. So 66, 83, 81. Maybe in case of third case, that is a positive error. So there are multiple errors. So how to calculate the actual error? Obviously, all of you say that at that time we calculate the average or mean of all the errors. But remember one thing, students, is it possible to calculate the mean or average of negative values? No. So what we have to do? At that time, Python provides us different method. At that time, we calculate the square of each error. If we calculate the square of each error, then it will discard the negative value. Sorry, spelling mistake. Square error. It will discard the negative value. So after that, we can calculate the mean or average. And what is this average? This is mean square error. This is mean value of each square error. Isn't it? But it is a square value. Average value, but square of average. So how to got the error? Obviously, after that, we calculate. After that, we calculate square root of this mean square error. And we got the root mean. This is called root mean square error. So in this way, we check the error. Root mean square error. In this way, we check the error. So if error is very less, means our model is more accurate. So this is the way to create a machine learning model. Now let's see if we think about the coding. Very easy. But you have to know something about the details. Let's see, maybe this is our data. Where we store the data? The file name is the salary underscore data.csv file. So if we want to analyze the data using Python programming language, at first we have to read the data from that file and store it in a Python in-memory variable. How to do that? Let's see a program example. Here I write my program using Spider Editor. There is a Anaconda software. If you search it into the Google search engine using download Anaconda, it will open a website like this. You can practice it in your home also. Okay, google.com. Then just search into the Google search engine. Okay, download Anaconda. If you search it into the Google search engine, you got a first link over here. If you click on that, it will open the Anaconda website. Just scroll down into the website. Just wait. Scroll down. There is a download link. If you click on that download link, you got the different version of the softwares. Based on your operating system, you can download any one of these. And remember one thing, no need to install the Python separately. If you install the Anaconda software, at that time automatically it will install the Spider editor. And when you install it in your system, at that time, under all program in my machine, this is Anaconda. There is a Jupyter notebook also. You can use this, another editor. And I use the Spider editor. Let's see when this is our Spider editor. Okay. In the Spider editor, we write a program. So at first, we have to read all the data from that CSV file and store it in a Python in-memory variable. How to do that? For extract the data from CSV file, there is a Python inbuilt module. Very easy. At first, we have to include this module in your program, import pandas. Then you can give any alias name as PD. Means using, why we give the alias name? Using PD, we can call any function which are available in the pandas module. Here we want to read the data from that CSV file and store it in a Python in-memory variable. How to read this? There is a built-in function like this, pd.read_csv, and we pass the file name as a parameter to that function. What is the file name over here? salary_data.csv. So we pass this salary_data, data.csv. That is, there are different formatted file, and it will read the data from that CSV file. Maybe we store this in the variable data set. Now I want to save my program in the same path where the salary_data.csv file is saved. Maybe I save this in this path. Maybe the program name is 2 example. Now execute the program, and it will execute the program in the Python console over here. Because Python is very easy. No need to compile the program separately. Just we write our program and execute our program anywhere. Let's see. That is your data set. That is Variable Explorer in Spider. If we click on that data set, let's see what is data set. Therefore, using one line of code, we read the data from that CSV file. This is the row index. It will generated by the data frame. Obviously, you have to know this. Okay, what is data frame? In this short duration, I show you an example demo. This is year of experience. This is salary. So after reading the data from that CSV file, we have to extract the feature. What is the feature over here? That is year of experience, isn't it? And what is the output? That is a salary. How to extract the feature and output over here? Let's see. X equal to data set. All the things are built in. Dot ilog is a method. we extract all the rows. That's why colon. Start row index, end row index. There is no start row index, there is no end row index. Means it will extract all the rows.
এটা হচ্ছে স্যার এটা মোটামুটি এটা কিউতে আছে না কিউ হচ্ছে স্যার 5499 আর লেদার হলে সেটা স্যার
There is no start row index, there is no end row index. Means we extract all the rows. And therefore start column index 0 colon end column index 1. Means it will start extraction from 0th column and end column index 1. And in case of Python, it will exclude the end column index value. Means it will extract only year of experience values and extract the values, convert it into NumPy. If we execute the program, then check the output. That is X. What is X? The only year of experience. In the same way, we extract the salary values also. Just wait. Like Y equal to dataset dot ilog ilog all the rows, so colon and 1th column values dot values. Execute the program and check the output Y values. What are these? Y value, salary value. So by writing a single line of code, we extract the feature and output. These are the Y value and these are the X values. Okay. Now we have to split the data. Just now we discussed about it. Let's see how to split the data. After splitting the data, we generate xtrain, training data, xtest for x values for testing. Just now we discussed about it. Ytrain, Ytrain and Ytest. And there is a built-in function. Let's see what we do. Just I display you the program. After extracting the data, train underscore test underscore split already predefined in sklearn.model underscore selection. This is a built-in function. Just now we discussed about it. Train underscore test underscore split. Using this function, we generate training data and test data. What are the parameters of this function? List of X values. And it will generate xtrain sequentially, xtrain and xtest. Second parameter, Y. The function return Ytrain and Ytest after splitting all the Y values. And what is the test data size? 0.25. Means here we use 25% of the total data for testing. Means rest of the data we use for training purpose. And random state equal to 0 means what is the state? To split the data randomly by selecting the rows, we split the data. So after this, we got xtrain, xtest and Ytrain, Ytest. So if we check this, let's see. It will generate xtrain, xtest, Ytrain and Ytest. So we got these values: xtrain, xtest, Ytrain and Ytest. After that, what we have to do? We have to create a model. Here, this is xtrain. If we check the variable explorer, that is xtrain, that is ytrain. They split the data, isn't it? And that is xtest, and that is ytest, testing value. After splitting the data, what we do? We create a linear regression model. And this model already implemented as a class. In which module? The sklearn.linear_model module. And we create an object of this class. Because syntax is very easy. There is no new keyword. Regressor is an object of that class. And we create an object means we create a machine learning model. After creating the model, what we have to do? We have to train our model. How to do that? Therefore, we call the fit function. Fit is also a built-in function in linear regression class. That's why we call the fit function using regressor object. What are the parameters over here? Xtrain and ytrain. So our model is created. In my program, I am not testing the program. After after training, we predict the output. Maybe we want to predict the 2.3 years experience employee salary based on that data set. Okay. So therefore, how to do that? There is also a predict function. Just we pass the 2.3 years experience as a parameter to that function. But why we pass this value using open double square bracket and close double square bracket? Because here in case of machine learning method, we have to pass all the values as a numpy. So regressor.predict predict the y value for experience 2.3. And if we check that, if we execute the program and print this, check it, what is the salary over here? 48,000 something. So is there any mathematical calculation? No, all the things are implemented as a function. Anyone, just we have to learn this, because there are different type of data set. Huge number of AI rules also available over here. So if we want to implement this, just we have to know the background of all the algorithms. And that is a challenging job, because here we have to know that where we use which AI approach. In this short duration, just I give you an example. That is the coding. What is machine learning? I think all of you guess it. It is not be possible to understand very clearly within this short session, but I am trying to display you what is machine learning, what is AI, what is data analysis. And we create a machine learning model over here. If you want to predict the weather, at that time we have to use a different AI model. If you want to predict the share market price, at that time we have to use different AI model. So we have to learn all the things if we want to working as a data analysis or data scientist. And obviously there is a mathematical background. Let's see a simple example. Maybe till now I am not visualize anything. Just see you a simple example. In case of visualizing the data, very interesting. There is another library, that is matplotlib. Because we have to include this matplotlib library. Matplotlib.pyplot. Maybe alias name. Why we give the alias name? Using alias name, we can call any function from the matplotlib.pyplot module resource library. Now, maybe there are some students like Orijit, maybe Vipin, maybe Roger. And the list of names, maybe list of marks or scores equal to maybe 88. Maybe think that there are thousands of students. Now, if we want to visualize this data using a graph, very easy. There are different built-in functions in matplotlib.pyplot. Using these functions, we generate line plot, bar chart, line chart, pie chart. Maybe I give you I want to generate a bar chart. Let's see. plt dot, there is a built-in function bar. And maybe using x-axis, we represent the student names. So we pass the student's name, list of students as a first parameter, and second parameter, that is a score. Now plt dot title of the graph, title student, performance. Okay, plt dot x level means x-axis level, maybe names, student names. plt dot, the function name is very easy, no need to memorize anything. Same like functionality, y-axis level, marks or scores, anything. Now it will generate an image. Now we want to display the image into the console. That's why we call the plt.show function. Now we save the program. File save. Maybe this one. Now I want to execute the program and check the output. It will automatically generate the bar plot and display this. So using this graph, if we represent the data, then it will represent the student performance and we can analyze very easily. Think that there are huge number of students and their marks. So if we visualize the data, then we got an idea. We analyze the data of the students also, isn't it? So nowadays the machine learning is very important. And everywhere we need this. Those who think for core company, they also need data science, data analysis. Those who think for any type of shopping business, maybe your own business. At the end of the day, you have to analyze the data. And using this type of technique, if we develop this, then within a few minutes, we can analyze our business data. That's why the data analysis and machine learning is very important, and it will change the way of our life. And everyone nowadays, if you check, everyone, every engineer, every doctor, every person's trying to use this. That's why it is very important. And from my side, obviously, I suggest all of you, all of us in home quarantine, this is the very good time to learn anything through online. And all of you can learn whole topic. What is AI? What is machine learning? Don't fear about it. AI means there is some mathematical calculation. No, very easy programming. Just we have to realize the scenario. So all of you got it, students? Now tell me, I trying to discuss everything. I don't know how got it and how much not, but I am trying to give you my 100%. So if anyone have any query, any question, then ask me the question. And I suggest all of you try to engage in this technology. Obviously, there are different technology in the market, and nowadays, like a full stack, mean stack, Angular is very important technology in case of web development. And remember one thing, this machine learning is important for web development also. Ki after developing this machine learning model, we have to implement with any web application, maybe developed using PHP, develop using Java, maybe you develop an website using a mean stack, Angular, full stack. We have to use this machine learning model for analyzing the data. And Python provides us all type of features. That's why if you think that I want to be a web developer, then also it is very important. Don't think that without machine learning you can develop a very good full-fledged web application. No. So you have to know this. If you go for industry for a good job. So students, now if anyone have any question, raise your question in the chat box. Acha. Allowing audio. Write your question in the chat box, students. If anyone have any question. Acha. Can you please tell us again about semi-supervised? Thank you, Sanjay, for raising your question. Sanjay asked me, can you please tell us again about semi-supervised learning? Acha, dekho, in case of machine learning, supervised, semi-supervised, what are these? Actually, these are the category of training. Because here data is important. Based on the data, we think about the relationship. After that, we have to know that which category of training we need. How to guess that? Sometimes based on feature, sometimes we based on output. When we use semi-supervised machine learning training process, if most of the output means if like that, maybe there are only 2 or 3 salary values are available, but most of the salary values are not available. At that time, we use semi-supervised machine learning category. But remember one thing, students, if the scenario is like that, there is only 2 data is missing, at that time never use the semi-supervised, that is the missing data. Obviously, there are some technique to handle the missing data. Got it, Sanjay? Sanjay Kapri? Acha. Sir, Acha, Devojyoti asked me, sir, how can I increase the efficiency of the model that you shown? Actually, yes, thank you, Devojyoti. You asked me, sir, how can I increase the efficiency of the model that you are shown? If we want to increase the efficiency of the model, means accuracy, then there is a technique that is called bias value trade-off or bias value trade-off by hyperparameter pruning. Okay, in this short duration, I am not showing you this part, how to bias means error, how to reduce the error. That is bias value trade-off technique. And it is called hyperparameter pruning. How to reduce the error? By changing the hyperparameters. Obviously, we have to know that what are the hyperparameters, etc. Acha, Deep Kumar Adak, for web developing, what we have to learn to include machine learning. Deep Kumar Adak, if you think that dekho, Deep Kumar Adak asked me for web developing what we have to learn to include machine learning. Suppose you want to think about the job. So here you learn machine learning using Python. This Python machine learning model, you can implement this in PHP also, Java also, Android also, Python also. So I suggest you, if you learn the Python full stack development, so you have some big scope, isn't it? Obviously, you learn web developing using Angular, PHP also, no issue. Okay, Deep Kumar. Sonu Kumar, machine learning and AI are same or have any? Hi, Sonu Kumar. What I say? Machine learning is a model. Machine learning is a model which will predict the result. But how machine learning model enable to process the result using some mathematical rule? That is the job of AI. AI and machine learning both are same? No. The AI enable a machine learning model to predict the result. If we don't know mathematics, can you calculate anything using your brain? No. Mathematics is the AI. Got it, Sonu Kumar. Devajyoti asked me, sir, it is back propagation like that. Just like that. Deep Kumar Adak, what is back propagation? Actually, back propagation technique is a technique that is used in case of neural network. Actually, just updating the hyperparameter, we are trying to reach into the optimum value. You can say that that is back propagation. Sir, it should be Django. You can in case of Python web development, there are two framework. One is Flask, Flask, and another is Django. Flask is made more easier than Django. It will use in case of Django and Flask, we use MVC framework. Acha, what if there are string in X column instead of numbers? Yes, Soikat Bhattacharya, you good question. In case of Soikat Bhattacharya asked me, what if there are string in case of X column instead of numbers? Here, in year of experience, there are numeric values. If there are string, how to handle this? Remember one thing, students, it is not be possible pass the string value into the machine learning model. Always we have to pass a numeric value. Obviously, there is a technique that is called level encoding. Using level encoding technique, we represent the string value using a number also. Okay, like a gender, male, female. How to represent it? Maybe male represent using 0 and female represent by 1. No need to do anything manually. There is a technique that is called level encoding. We can do this job. Okay, so